our dear friend Stifler. Asking everyone to rate their looks on a scale of 1 to 10. Can't pick 7, starting with you. Go ahead.
I hate this round.
Okay, I don't like this question because I normally let other people rate my looks, but if I have to, I'll be like 8.5.
Okay. What about you?
10, fully confident.
Into the mic.
Oh, 10, fully confident in myself.
Okay.
What an uncomfortable question.
Right.
Why is it uncomfortable?
Because
It literally makes me so uncomfortable because I have no idea. Some people might think I'm super cute. Some people might think I'm super ugly. Personally, I think I'm cute.
What's your own
cute.
self-assessment?
I don't know. I guess I would say 7 would so be my answer. I'll give it an 8.
Okay. What about you?
Some people think I'm a 1. Some people think I'm a 10. I think I'm a 10.
Okay.
6 typically, 8 on a good day when I'm all dolled up.
All right.
A 4.
Maddie.
8.
Morgan.
I would say 8.
Give myself a 5. Andrew. What about you?
Come on.
10.
10.
He's obviously a 10.
Who said 10?
I did.
I would say a 4.
confident 10.
He got excited. He was like,
So 10, 8, 10. Let's start there.
here we go.
So I'm going to kind of just steal Andrew's question here. So if we asked 100 random men to rate your physical attractiveness, would that change that answer? Like, what would the average rating be?
To answer your first question, it would not change my answer. Their average rating, I have no idea what it would be.
Well, yeah, I mean, so I guess what would your answer be to the new question then?
What they would say?
What do you think, if we asked 100 random men to rate your physical attractiveness, what do you think the average rating would be? Still 10?
No, because they all have their different tastes, what they like and everything. Anywhere, it could be from 1 to 10. Honestly, I couldn't even give you a score because there could be a guy who is not physically attracted to me at all, but then there's guys who are like, oh yeah, so I couldn't even give you an average rating.
Well, a guy
But
could
it
not
wouldn't-
be attracted to you, but still give you a rating.
I mean, yeah, but there's still that, they look good, so I'm going to give them this number. I mean,
What do you mean?
so if a guy, like you said, he could not be attracted to me but still give me a rating, I wouldn't know what that rating would be because there's guys who have different what they like, what they don't like.
Okay, let me bump it to 100,000 men. So, 100,000 men, what about that? Average rating of all those?
I don't know, anywhere from a 5 to a 10, but that still wouldn't change my answer.
Okay,
Can I ask a question?
sure.
You guys are both Christians, and 10 is perfect. But are you guys perfect?
No, the way I'm confident in who God says I am. He says I'm beautifully and wonderfully made, so I'm gonna be confident in the Word.
Yeah,
so I'm not.
Yeah, it's,
We also
That gives you nowhere to
ask, like,
grow.
Yeah, there's always room to grow spiritually.
Not when you're a
looks,
10.
But I'm talking
your
about
confidence.
looks. 10 out of 100.
wait,
So
sorry.
you wouldn't
say-
change anything
hold on,
about
hold
your
on.
looks?
Go ahead, Madison.
No.
Oh, I was also saying like the question is essentially like rate your looks, not rate your confidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the way I look
think
at
I'm an
myself.
8, but I would say my confidence is probably higher than an 8.
Wait, so just to be clear, you're 23, correct?
Yes.
And you're a 10 out of 10 looks. You're a virgin. And yet you're single.
Yeah.
How could this possibly be?
It's not God's timing.
I don't. It's not God's timing, and I don't just. There's been men.
But you
who
said
have
you've been in situationships.
Yeah.
Did you end it or did they?
I did.
You ended it. Okay.
Don't you?
Well, let's ask a quick follow-up
Go ahead.
to our Christian friends on the panel. You're honest, correct?
Yes.
And are you honest to the girl in the white shirt?
Yes.
And-
Name's Victoria.
and to the girl next to you, are you honest?
Yeah.
Great. Rate each other.
10.
That's not honesty.
Wait.
It is because
I
I
have-
said
Oh,
we
so
already
you're
had
all a
this
bunch of
conversation
fucking
last time.
liars is what you just got
No,
done saying.
we're not-
So all of you are 10s, so none of you are 10s? Now, I got to ask, all of you look exactly alike? You're carbon clones of each other, or you're not?
And no
So-
offense, but one of you guys has had work done. So
Yeah, so I don't understand. I thought you just got
What-
done
that doesn't
telling me
have
that
to
you
do with
guys were
anything.
honest.
I mean,
Can
if
you
you're
rate the
perfect,
girl
why would
next
you
to you
change?
honestly, or can't you?
What?
Can you rate the girl next to you honestly, or can't you?
So, okay, I'm still going. What?
Go ahead. I'm laughing at something else.
I still think that the whole perspective on the 10 is because, like I said last time, I have to always put myself in a place where I look at myself as a 10. So wherever I walk in, the way I think about myself isn't a confident. Because if I were to not, and I think from my flesh and be hard on myself and listen to the devil, I'll give myself a really low number. For what? What does that do for anybody? And if we're looking at like the average. But what does that do? Because I had people that tell me that I'm ugly, but I've had men that tell me I'm super beautiful. And
Sure, yeah. What about the girl next to you? What is she? What is the girl next to you?
She's a 10.
What about the room to
wait.
grow?
And the girl next to you
the
on your
growing
left.
aspect is like
Hang
so.
on. And the girl next to you on your left. What is she?
Alyssa.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, the
she's-
red dress. The girl in the red dress. What is she?
She's a 10 as well.
Wait, hold on.
Is there, in fact, let me just ask
Literally,
you this.
I'm not gonna give
Hang
a
on, hang
number
on.
to
Is
anybody
there
else
any
other than
girl
10.
at the table you wouldn't rate as a 10?
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, so, and you're an honest person, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, saying you don't lie.
Because you're
ever.
telling me that the way God looks at us, she's not ugly. Oh, I mean, she's ugly. She's ugly.
Just
but she's
asking you
beautiful.
for societal beauty standard from your own perspective.
That's always changing, though. The culture's
Yeah,
always
so
changing.
even
Society.
though it's always changing,
when I
whatever
was
it
in middle
currently
school,
is,
super
whatever
straight
it
hair
currently
was
is,
in.
that's not changed
High
in your
school,
mind.
it was poofy hair. Now it's like I don't even know. I can't keep up with all the culture standards. It's like so beauty standards is whatever. It's
So
just,
is there any woman on planet Earth who's not a 10?
This girl right here.
No, let her answer
wait.
the question.
Hold,
Is there any woman on planet Earth who isn't a 10?
no.
No.
Oh, wait.
So then, yeah, there we go.
I gotta
So
jump
the thing
in.
Is, hang on.
Wait, hold on.
Is there
Did I
any
answer wrong?
woman on planet Earth who's a Satanist?
No. Thank you, House over back.
No?
I didn't say no. That was her.
You didn't even listen to the question.
You
You're
changed
not even
your question
listening.
last second.
I
though,
was
to
reading
be
the
fair.
comment. I was reading the comment. She's the one that said yes to Satanist, you dork.
You said no. There's no woman on planet
She
Earth who's a
did. That was
Satanist.
not
Face
me.
donated 200
You're
sec,
laughing
one
at
sec.
yourself. That was
Elephant in the
her.
room.
1 sec.
Since Biden is out, if Kamala if
Yes,
are you
Kamala.
voting for her? And if neither Trump or her, who would you like the Democratic nominee to be?
Hold on. We're gonna have to come back to this. Thank for the TTS. We're just in the middle of the rating thing, so I
That was her,
will
though,
write this
Andrew.
down.
I said, is there any woman on planet Earth who's not a Satanist? You said no.
That was her.
Wait, hold on. Let
Oh,
me-
what did you say?
I was listening to the comment. I wasn't even listening to your question.
Yeah, I know you weren't listening.
Well, the
That's
comment
a big
had my
problem
name.
that you have. Is
The
you don't
comment
listen.
had my name.
All right, hold on. Let
Okay, so let me ask: if every woman on planet Earth is a 10, then what does 10 mean?
It's different to everybody.
Wait.
It's not
Yeah,
my
what
place.
does
Hold
it
on.
mean
Not
to
my
you?
place.
Hold on.
No. What does it mean for objective beauty standards? So, for instance, if a woman was 800 pounds and her arms and legs were lopped off and half of her face was burned off, do you think objectively most men would find her attractive?
She'd be unhealthy and she'd have some type of disability, yes.
But tell me she's a 10. Lie to me. Lie to me and tell me she's a 10.
She's a 10 in her own way in God's eyes. I'm not going to do society.
I don't know what else I can say to show how delusional you are.
It's not
But how the
delusional.
fuck
I'm
are
just
you going to
not
have a
gonna
ministry
degrade
when all you do is
someone. I'm not
lie?
gonna
How are you going to have a
degrade
ministry when all you do is lie?
Why would I? Okay, so if I told her you're a 1, how is that not degrading? How is that beneficial
Even
to
if
anybody?
it was
How
degrading,
is that loving?
even if it was
how is
degrading,
that gentle? How is
I
that
thought you
kind?
believed in the truth. Do you believe in the truth?
Okay, this fruit of the spirit is kind, loving. That's not loving. Why would I
It's
tell?
not loving to tell me that I'm a 10 when I'm not.
But you should look at yourself as a 10,
No.
and as I do too. And when I do, I'm gonna go work out more. I'm gonna go eat better. I'm gonna do that because I want to
But
be
if
a
I'm
10.
already perfect, why do I need to make myself look
Well,
better?
that's your mindset. I'm thinking I'm a 10, so I'm gonna try even harder to
to
stay.
improve yourself to nothing because you're
You
already
can
a
always
10?
improve yourself.
Then you're not a 10.
That's okay, but you saying that's just a cop out. Of course, there's always room to grow, but I'm saying I'm not gonna sit here and degrade someone and put a number on them. I'm just not.
But
Yeah,
saying
you
that
don't
you're a
have
10
to.
out of a 10 means you're a perfect scale.
Okay.
There's
Let me
a
just
huge
ask you
difference
this
between
then,
10 and
instead.
1.
Let me
Okay,
ask you a different
I'm
question.
10 and I'm gonna
Are there some
continuously
people?
do- What's
Why
that?
not a
Are there some people who are
9.8?
prettier or better looking than other people?
In other people's eyes, yes, 100%.
No, even in,
Okay.
hold on, let me jump in.
Oh gosh.
So I asked a question that says, have you ever seen a beautiful woman with a mid guy?
Yeah.
So just by you answering that question, you've already conceded that you can make determinations as to physical attractiveness.
Right.
And you said, well, it's equal. I've seen both mid men with a beautiful women, and I've seen beautiful men with mid women.
Yes.
So you yourself can make analysis on people's physical
But
attractiveness.
but even then, I've had this conversation with my friend. As a Christian, we should all look at everybody as beautiful and as perfect, right? As Christian. Yes, we're made in the image of God. Yes, we
It
can.
doesn't mean we're perfect.
So
Okay, but what I'm saying is, okay, if I see someone that is 100 pounds or 400 pounds, of course, it breaks my heart because it's like, okay, they're unhealthy and they
Okay.
don't see themselves as a 10. That's why they're at that level.
hold on, wait.
Hang on.
Well,
You know
that's
what? I
what
just
I
want to
think.
ask this one quick question. We should see everybody as a 10.
I think everyone should see themselves as a 10 and think themselves as an encourage
No,
each
no,
other to
you
be a
said
10.
as a Christian, we should see everybody as a 10.
Yeah, and like in God through
Yeah.
God's eyes. But if we look at it through society
Through God's
and
eyes.
like
Do you-
culture
so let
and
me ask you
simple,
something. Do you think that chomos are 10s?
I don't even know what that is.
It's a person who diddles kids. Do you think they're 10s?
What does that to do with their?
I just want to
physical-
make sure through God's eyes we're seeing it the same way. Are they 10s?
That is God's child, and he's heartbroken and lost and needs Jesus.
yeah, so
100%.
yeah, they're
but
perfect. They're perfect too, right?
I don't think God sees us as perfect, though.
he's okay. He sees us as in His image, and of course,
Mm.
the whole killer thing. We're not. That's a whole nother conversation, though. Now we're talking about characteristics and values and all that.
Yeah,
We're talking
because you
about- I
brought
thought-
all that in and said that is part of what makes you a 10 or not a 10. So I'm asking you, if that is a part of what makes you a 10 or not a 10, is a person who diddles kids a 10? Because you see them through God's eyes?
Physically, he could be super.
Because you see them, I see them through God's eyes, and God just loves them anyway, even
I
though
don't
they
think
did this
mentally,
heinous act?
no, mentally, no. But I feel like, yeah, he could be born again. He could be a 10 and change his ways of thinking. Of course he can. And no one's unredeemable. Even people that are extremely
Oh my
overweight.
God, let's keep it on to the looks thing.
Well,
Let's keep it on to the
But
looks.
I think that's what makes somebody see somebody else.
They can't engage
as-
with the looks. They
as
refuse
a 10
to.
is you love them for their imperfections. So no, to the world they are not a 10, but in your eyes they are a 10.
Yeah, exactly,
Which
in
means
your
you have
eyes.
to admit that not everyone is a 10.
In your eyes, they're a 10. You can look at everybody and look at them as a 10 and look at them for their best selves.
All right,
Why not?
let me ask you a question. So, fuck, I gotta wait until your friend's back for this.
Well, I'll ask one in the interim. Do people go to hell?
Yes.
Of course.
Did God see them as 10s?
Oh, because they rejected him.
Oh.
Sorry.
Well, that's weird. So you're saying that, wait,
We're talking
God
about
doesn't see
physical,
everybody wait, you're saying God doesn't see everybody? Well, no, you said it wasn't just physical. You said I can't make this distinguishment between the physical. It's a whole package, right?
I'm just not going to sit here and degrade someone. I don't think my God is going to want me to. If God was sitting right
why do
here,
you see it as degrading, though?
I think it's degrading.
Why?
Yeah, I know, because you think that lying is preferable to
It's not
telling the truth.
lying. It's not lying,
is.
but it's. I'm just
Yeah, how
not
is it
gonna
not
sit here
lying?
Because
yeah, you just said every woman on
because
planet
what
Earth
if-
physically is a 10, and you're going to tell me that you're
I'm not
lying?
going to
Go
sit
ahead and
here
lie
and
more.
tell and put insecurities in my own perspective and put insecurities on women. Why? Just because of my perspective, why would I sit here and do that? I'm not going to do that.
Because it's what's true.
Do you wear makeup?
Okay, yes, I do.
Why do you wear makeup?
Because it's my way of expressing myself, just the same way I do braids. But I also, for people that know me, I go without makeup and bareface a lot of times as well.
You
It just
think you're a
depends
10
on.
with and
Well,
without?
can we
Yeah.
finish? Let us finish our
Different-
discussion. We're
different
almost done,
Ashleys,
and then I'll
different
turn it
Ashleys,
over.
different-
Right, but I would
different
like to finish this.
perspective.
I would like to know: isn't it so that for you to condemn people who are heretics and to condemn non-Christians for the activities that they do, you're going to have to be degrading?
I'm sorry, I was reading the comments again. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
I'll ask again.
Go ahead.
Isn't it true that in order for you to condemn heretics and condemn people who go against the word of God, that you're going to have to be degrading?
No. Degrading.
No?
You have to.
So if somebody tells you that their mother made them into a secularist and that their mother physically abused them and this is the way that they are, and you say that their mother is wrong, would that be degrading their mother?
I don't know, but it's like a word salad.
You
at
don't
this
know?
point. At
It's
this
not a
point.
word salad.
Yeah, it is because I'm just.
How can you have conversations with people without risking offense and degradation? How is that even possible? If you're going to try to convince them of a worldview, how is it possible that you can make it every single time so that they take no offense and no degradation? How is that even possible?
Yeah, but when it comes to looks, it's different. It's not. We're not talking about
No.
something that's so deep. It's like because at the end of the day, I know there's a man that looks at her and he's like, she's a 10. A man's gonna look at her, she's a 10. A man's gonna look at me at. So who am I to put that my perception or beauty standards that are gonna constantly be changing?
That's what we're asking
I
you
think that's
for. Is
actually
we're not
code.
asking you for that man's
kinda
beauty
code.
perception. We're not asking you for that woman's beauty perception. We're asking for your beauty perception. Yours.
No, it's ever changing. So I'm not gonna rely on my ever changing perception. Just same thing. Sometimes, okay, I went through a
You're just
phase
gonna
where I
lie
thought
to us.
braids were really ugly. Now I'm wearing them. It's like standards are always changing. So why am I gonna sit here and point and give numbers to girls? Like that's just.
It's kind of funny.
That's actually not really even what the conversation is about.
Yeah, it is. We're grading with
We're
numbers.
asking you from your subjective viewpoint on subjective beauty standards, from your subjective viewpoint of what you consider beautiful and not beautiful to be, to give yourself a rating based on that.
It's really
Yeah, it's
fascinating
not-
for somebody who's Christian who has because Christians have such a very set worldview of this is how you should live your life, but yet you're so unwilling to say, yes, there is a beauty standard.
It's just I can't sit here and say that even that's biblical. Like where in the Bible is saying that some people are ugly,
I'm
some
not
people
saying
are
it's biblical.
But
I'm saying you
that's
have
what
such
I'm
a
saying.
hard life structure of I have to do these things to be a good Christian, but I'm not willing to say that there's such thing as a beauty standard.
The beauty standard is always changing though, so I'm not going to sit here and rate.
Well, then that
people's
means that there
beauty
was
standard.
one at some point.
But
So
it's
whenever the
constantly
standard,
changing,
before
and
the
it's-
standard changed to whatever the standard is to the standard, there was a standard. So based on whatever you think that standard is right now, can you tell us what yours is?
No, I'm just not.
No.
This is the only one even the last time, it just doesn't, it goes in circles and it never makes sense. But like the comment said, you should grade your wife and put a picture of your wife up. Let's
Yeah,
see
my
where you
wife's
stand.
a 6.
I think Rachel's beautiful.
I think she's a 10.
Now, is there any chance, now that I've answered your question honestly, that you'll answer mine?
No.
No, Andrew, I can't do that because I'm a fucking lying heretic and I just preach a false gospel constantly. I can't answer a single question you ask me honestly. It's impossible, Andrew. You could just go ahead and say that. That would be okay too.
Yeah, like that comment is good too. Yeah, beauty is fleeting. There's no constant in it. So it's just, I'm not going to sit here and I'm just not going to.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
just
well,
not
I've got some
gonna-
questions.
Gonna ever engage with an actual, question that might risk offense to somebody else,
not offense,
even
it's
if
degrading.
it was true from your viewpoint, which is exactly why women shouldn't be ministers because you suck at it. You refuse to engage
I hear just-
in what's actually being asked. That's why you're a bunch of atheist factories. You people are atheist factories. You make atheists out of people. You don't make Christians out of them.
Yes.
No, beg to differ.
Well, I have a couple. He needs a smoke break. Okay. I have a couple questions. So, 10, 10, 8, if I recall, for the two 10s here at the table. So then you guys do think, comparatively speaking, that you're the most attractive girls at the table.
No, I think we all are. Because I'm thinking.
You're just all equally attractive.
Yeah, I'm not going to
There's-
engage in this
there's
conversation
no-
anymore. Like, so we can just not answer.
Well,
that.
I mean, Andrew had his go,
But I
I'm
didn't
gonna-
answer it because I'm just not. When it comes to
You're
this
just
is
not?
this is the only question I won't. I just
You
do
just
not.
can't- you
I
can't
just don't
have
want
a-
to. It's degrading. It's just I'm not going to sit here.
How's
and
it degrading?
Personally, okay, that's how I feel. So a lot of people haven't said a lot on the pod, and there was no problem. So I'm going to sit this
Well,
one
there's
out.
two women who said that they're 10s,
Yeah,
So-
that's in my eyes. I mean, I don't
Right.
need
So I'm
anyone to
asking
agree
though,
with that.
some of the women here rated themselves lower. Are you saying that they're wrong in their own self-assessment?
No, if that's how they feel, I mean, that's how they feel. But at
Okay,
the same
and
time, I
so-
may feel like they are.
Right. So, but okay. Since you guys did rate yourself the highest, are you guys prepared to sit here and say that you guys are the most attractive women at the table, both of you?
No, and
No.
I'm not going to answer anymore when it comes to this.
You're not gonna. I mean, I have more questions on this, so I'm gonna keep asking you.
I mean, doesn't God tell you to be humble?
So,
Yeah, and that's why I'm not going to answer these questions.
what does that have to do with anything?
I mean, I don't need to answer all the questions. Like, I really don't. I don't know why. If I don't want to talk about this specific question, if it's that much of a problem, then it's a problem. But I just do not want to engage in this specific question.
Why?
That's it.
Why? Can you say why?
I've already said it. I'm just not going to say anything.
Are you not going to say anything?
Say, I answered my
Are
part.
you not going to engage in the conversation?
I can't speak for her.
I'm asking you. I'm not asking you to speak for her. I'm
Yeah.
asking if you'll engage.
Engage. I
Or are you
gave
going
you
to
an
be a
answer.
sheep and follow your friend?
No, I gave you an answer.
To what?
What's
I
the
asked,
answer?
I asked if you're going to engage in the conversation.
Oh, yeah, I can if I feel comfortable. But it's like I already gave you an answer to the last question. So if you're looking to ask more questions, I will then answer.
Yeah, great. Okay,
Okay.
well then answer.
Okay.
Is there a beauty standard which you hold?
A beauty standard that I hold.
Yeah. Are you going to lie to me? Or are you going to tell me the truth?
Are you going to finish that sentence?
Are you going to lie to me or are you going to tell me the truth? Is there a beauty standard that you hold? Do you hold a standard for what you consider to be beautiful?
I mean, from my perspective, my views of beauty is going to look
Yes.
different for
Tiger.
everyone else.
Just your perspective, sure.
Yeah.
That's all I'm asking for.
Yeah.
Do you hold one
For myself, I mean,
for everybody who you encounter?
I'm not going around just rating people or saying like, oh, they look like this, they look
Well,
like
sure.
that.
No, I understand
Yeah.
that everybody you meet, you may not think whether or not they're beautiful, but certainly there's many people you meet who you think are less attractive than other people, right?
Yeah, maybe people's physical attributes look different or they look more enhanced
Sure.
than others. And
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So there are some people from your standard who you think are less attractive than others, right?
In my perspective, yeah.
Okay, that's totally reasonable and completely fair. Can you tell me, based on those standards, if we were to go around the table, can you go ahead and tell me, based on those standards, and rate each one of those women?
I don't feel comfortable doing that.
You're right.
Yeah. I mean, it's valid that if I don't feel like comfortable doing that.
They're doing that.
Every single time. Every single time. Okay, well, let me ask you this. Can you rate Brian?
According to my standards, like we said, I have my
Yeah.
own standards and
Yeah.
everything. Thing. According to what I like and what I'm attracted to, a 7.
Yeah. A what?
A 7.
That's pretty good, right?
Okay, great. I'm glad that you could do that for Brian.
No, but
Now do it for the
But that's different.
the girl to your
wait.
right.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Do you want to do it to Maddie or you want to rate?
She says she
Yeah, go ahead and now that you've done it with Brian, what would be the distinguishment for why you feel comfortable doing it to a man but not to a woman?
Because me as a female, I'm attracted to men. I'm not attracted to women. I mean, it's easier for me just
but
to
you
throw
still
that
have a
out.
subjective standard for what is attractive in women as well.
Yeah, but like I said, I don't feel comfortable doing that.
Only for the men.
Wait, I have a question.
You're totally not a feminist, right? You're totally not a feminist, but you feel fine judging men, telling them to their face what you think the standard is. But when it comes to women, well, I just couldn't do that. I couldn't. That's a bridge too far, Andrew. Right?
Sure.
Women need to be coddled,
100%.
right? So, okay. I found it interesting, though, because you are able to make these determinations. You gave yourself a 10, yet I'm a 7. So your assessment of my physical attractiveness is 3 points below yours. I found that interesting.
Interesting.
I found that interesting. I would actually say that, trying to be as objective as I can, I would actually say that in terms of our physical appearance, we're probably fairly comparable. But you might even be 1 point below me. I'm not saying that to insult you, just objectively. I'm trying to be as objective as possible. But your assessment is I'm 3 points below you. But you also rated me 2 points below my own rating, which I also find interesting.
Yeah, like I said, like we discussed, like we have what we are attracted to, what we're not attracted to, and
chat. Be super fair. Don't just like dunk on her just because she thinks she's a 10. Be super fair. When it comes just to looks, who would be settling here? Go ahead, chat. Just looks. And be fair.
You realize, so as you guys, and this is what I call extreme virtue signaling. The reason that we're kind of harping on this, I want to give you the rationale so that you now understand why we're harping on this. One of the reasons that dating, at least in modernity, seems so messed up is because it seems to be impossible for men and women to have honest conversations without what I would call female narcissism or women literally just lying. And it's because they actually follow the book of be nice, not the book of the Bible, which says nowhere to be nice. When you say kindness, kindness is not the same as nice. And I think that this is often conflated. And so I think that what ends up happening is there's no honesty left in these conversations because a man is asking a question. We know for sure you're full of shit when we're asking you, do you have a beauty standard? And you say, no, we know you're fucking lying through your teeth. We know, all of us know it. Not some of us.
I said yes.
Every single one of us know that that's total bullshit. And so if you were to ask this question and a woman kind of engages with it and says, no, I actually believe everyone's a 10, you realize that we all know you're lying. All of us know that. Not some of us, not a few of us, all of us know that. And so how in the world can you have this reconciliation when it comes to dating, when it comes to these conversations, when it comes to being open and honest with each other? If you can't even tell the fucking truth about what you think about a beauty standard, why would I assume then that if I were dating you, you wouldn't lie to me? Why would I assume then that if I were dating you, you wouldn't lie about what my preferences were in order to make myself or yourself happy? How's that equally yoked? How's that biblical? How does that even make sense from a secularist perspective? It just seems absurd to me.
Oh, are you done? Okay. So like I said, I did say that there is a beauty standard from what I like and maybe what I think. But like you said, like if say you're in a relationship and you're talking about me lying, I mean, if I'm going out with you, obviously there's an attraction there or I find you attractive. Like I said, like the rating I gave him was based on what I like. I don't need to know what everyone else is liking. Like for me, but even too, when I gave my answer, like rating my looks, like for me, like I said, like I wouldn't want, like if I'm confident in myself, like that's just my confidence in myself.
So let me take over here for a bit. Okay,
yeah.
So you're a 10, I'm a 7. Assuming I met your other standards, you would not date me based off of this, correct? Because I'm below you in terms of physical appearance, right?
It's not
I won't be offended. It's
not just in physical appearance. There's a lot of other things.
Yeah, but assuming like I met your other things, like I was a good guy, whatever, Christian, etc., you just wouldn't date me based on looks, right?
No. If say someone was a Christian and they had all the check boxes, like the standards, like we have the same standards or whatever it is, and you're a 7, I'm not going to be so hung up on the physical looks.
But would you be settling? You feel like you'd be settling on the looks thing. You're 3 points above me in your physical
No, because
appearance.
I believe as we grow in the relationship, like God will give me even more of an attraction to whoever my spouse will be.
No, but you said I'm a 7 and you're a 10, so you would be settling, regardless of your growing attraction for me.
I mean, I guess if you put it that way, and I understand what you're saying. Like, I rated you a 7, I rated myself a 10. That's just how I like for me, I would not want to rate myself anything below a 10 because I wouldn't want to seem like I'm not secure in myself or confident in myself, which I'm not.
Why would you rating your? So do you think because I rate myself a 5, I'm not secure in myself?
No, not that. I'm saying for myself.
For
I'm not
yourself.
talking about anybody else.
You need to put on a facade of a projected belief about your physical attractiveness to be secure.
No, it's not a facade. I find it believable in my book. Like,
So it's not just about being confident. You genuinely, aside from your confidence, you genuinely have your own assessment of your own physical attractiveness is genuinely that you are a 10. You are among the most beautiful women in the world.
I think it's not just because I'm going to get into it a little bit more. I'm not just basing it off of my physical looks. I'm looking at it in my.
The question was looks.
Yeah,
Rate
you just
your
said.
looks.
No, that's
Rate
super
your
insecure.
looks.
I don't know why you guys are all so insecure. I don't know why there's so much insecurity that if we ask you your looks, you can't just be honest about it, but instead have to bring in other qualia that you think you need to introduce in order to make yourself more appealing to people. Why can't you just be honest? Why are you all so insecure?
I'm not.
Are you
insecure.
just
I'm just telling you what
super
else I
insecure? You
factored
can't be
into
honest?
it.
Well, just
I don't know, it
because
sounds like
what would you
insecurity
rate
to me.
yourself then?
Like if I were, for instance, to walk around and be a braggadocious, kind of over the top, saying that I was a 10, I'm 11, I'm the most beautiful man in the world. Wouldn't you say I was arrogant? Wouldn't you say I was egotistical? Right? Wouldn't you say that was a sign of insecurity? And yet here it seems like it's a sign of insecurity from you. Why not just tell the truth about the actual question, which is, what do you rate yourself physically, rather than introducing other qualia? It sounds just like insecurity to me. It sounds like you're super insecure.
Well, first of all, I'm not insecure, and second,
I don't know. It sounds like you're insecure. Then answer the question. What do you actually rate yourself by physical beauty standards?
by physical beauty standards on what people think the world possibly is considered beautiful.
Yeah. Yep.
Probably I'm gonna be seen as a 7, or
Okay,
or
great.
even lower.
What about the girls? What about the girl to your right? Don't be insecure.
The girl? We're talking about me.
Don't be insecure.
I'm not insecure.
You sound like you're pretty insecure right now. Sounds like you're
I'm gonna
not
rest my
really
case.
confident in your
I'm not
position.
insecure, and that's it.
Period.
Oh,
Thank you.
okay. So you're insecure.
Believe what you want to believe.
Okay. It sounds like insecurity. I'm just saying.
I'm not insecure.
Well, I have a question for you. Can you tell us a public figure or celebrity who you feel is your male looks match or looks equivalent for the two tens?
Who?
Do you want to actually engage in good faith? Obviously, it's not Hezbollah.
No, not this one.
You can't think of a guy who you think, yeah, we're in the same league. You can't think
I
of
just don't want to engage in this question.
Why? Why not?
I just don't, Brian. I really
Why?
don't.
Because it's going to reveal that you're wrong?
No, it's just I don't. I did it last time, and I just don't. I don't like the question. Just don't. Even watching it from
She
other
doesn't like the question.
podcasts, I don't like seeing what. I just don't. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so I mean, I'll give you. What about you? Do you want to engage? Do you have a public figure or celebrity who you feel is your male looks match or equivalent?
I would say I never really thought about that someone would be equivalent to me. So I really
Like
don't
in
know.
your league, like someone we can Google who you think is in your league looks wise. We'd obviously have to think of someone who has perhaps a bit of fame or celebrity. We can
Yeah,
discount.
who's also a 7.
We're going to discount
That's fair.
the status. We're going to discount the status, the success, the money. Just looks. That way we can actually Google a person who you think is like your looks equivalent.
I don't even know.
I know.
Well, you said you're a 7 or a 10. I'm a little confused as to what the actual thing
Well,
is. So,
I just would not like to compare myself to that.
right. So
I'm just gonna-
okay? Then who's a guy that you think is in your league?
I think
Brian, you said right. Well, you said you're no. You said you were 7, so he said you're 7. So
So Brian's in your league.
he's famous, right?
Okay, I'm trying to maybe get somebody else, but yeah, celebrity.
I don't know.
There's not a person in any movie that you've seen that you're like, he's my comparison.
Or he's like a 7.
Nobody.
I don't know.
All right, I'll ask a different question for the whole panel going around the table. Do you think you'll be better looking in 10 years as compared to how you look now? Starting with you.
Yes.
Okay, so you're 19, you'll be better looking at 29.
Yeah.
What about 39 compared to 19?
I hope so.
You hope so.
better?
I hope
Will
I
you?
will look better.
So, but will you be more physically attractive at 39 than you are now at 19?
So abstracting all other qualities and talking about physical appearance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably I am more attractive now than I would be, but I'm not saying I'm going to be a babushka at 39. You know?
It's a choice.
All right. But so, more attractive at 29, but not more attractive at 39.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so we're talking about objective, I don't know, people's societal kind of standards here.
Yeah, so
Or
let's
from my
let's
perspective.
assume you're in the I'm sorry, is it the motherland? Let's assume you're in the motherland.
I
And
think Russia's
based
fatherland,
on the
isn't it?
standards of the motherland,
It's fatherland.
they are
Fatherland.
judging your beauty standards,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're judging you currently versus you at 29 years old. Which would all of the men in the motherland prefer?
My younger version?
Yeah, that seems fair. So
Okay,
then there's
wait.
no way you're going to be more attractive than
We should
at
let's
29
let's
than right
let's
now.
get all the
Talking about
answers.
men, right?
Oh,
Let's get
okay.
all the answers.
Would I be more attractive?
Yes,
in 10
you're
years?
23. Do you think you'll be more attractive at 33?
I mean, I would hope so. I just think it plays a factor. I mean, I'm still.
Do you think you'll
Yeah.
be more physically attractive at 33 than you are now at 23?
Possibly, I think so, yeah.
What about 43?
Well, we're getting, as you grow older, I mean, age just catches up to you, maybe not to other people.
But you think you will peak at 33 as compared to now at 23?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe you don't know. So, can I just get a yes or no? Will you be more physically attractive in 10 years' time?
It just depends. I mean,
On what?
because it could be a whole different standard in 10 years of what people think is beautiful. In my eyes, I'm going to still be confident that, yeah, I am beautiful. Maybe I'm going to have kids and maybe my body's going to look a little bit different in that sense.
We're not
So,
saying that you won't be beautiful in 10 years. We're
Yeah.
asking if you'll be more beautiful in 10 years than you are now.
No, I think I'll be the same.
You'll be
Just
the
as-
same.
yeah.
No difference. What about 43?
Same, yeah.
So you will be just as physically attractive at 43 years old than you are. What did you think I was talking about?
I mean, just, I don't know. Just, I think I'm going to be. Okay, you're saying looks. I keep on
Yes,
wanting to pull
looks.
into like emotions and all that stuff. So maybe, no, I'm not at 43.
Okay. So then 33?
No, let's just say no.
Okay. But I'll actually engage with you on this incorporating other things. So if we just look at the totality of everything, your personality, et cetera, do you think you will overall be more attractive to all men at 33? Looks, personality, everything. Do you think you'll be more attractive at 33 than you are now at 23, allowing you to incorporate everything?
Allowing me to incorporate everything.
Yeah.
If I'm still going down the same route that I am, like improving myself and growing myself, then yeah, I will be. But I mean, I don't need the approval of like all the men. It's just going to be whoever my husband is.
Right, but so the question is like to be attractive to other men, to men.
Then
Right.
yes, if I, like I said, if I continue going the path, which hopefully
Okay.
God willing
What
I am.
about 43 then?
Yeah. Because
53?
same thing.
53?
Continuing on.
53,
Yeah.
63.
Yes. If we're incorporating everything
73.
emotionally, yes, everything.
How can
You'll
you
be more,
attractive
but
if
you
you're
acknowledge that
attractive?
physical attractiveness is a component of it. I'm not asking just, but you would acknowledge that it's
Yeah.
a component.
Yeah, but you're like even saying like it's to all men, like it's just one person. I don't need yeah, maybe we're both going to be getting older together. Maybe our physical attraction for each other is going to be like, oh, you're getting like wrinkly and stuff and so on. Like, so be it.
Okay, so in this,
So maybe
in
the
this
physical
scenario,
is probably
in
going to
this-
drop, but hopefully the emotional rises up.
In this scenario, let's assume you get divorced, but you've made all the progress that you claim you will make in 20 years' time. You get divorced at 43. Will you have a better time attracting men at 43 than you will now at 23? That one man you talk about is gone, and now you're back in the dating marketplace.
I mean, if that guy wasn't for me, hopefully there'll be one who's going to want to be with me that I have
Right.
all
So I'm setting up a hypothetical here.
Yeah.
You get divorced. You did have the one guy, the one guy's gone. You're now back on Tinder and Hinge and dating apps, and you're being, there's multiple men who are going to be pursuing you. Do you think that you will be more attractive in totality at 43 to these men than you are now at 23?
No, because like you said, for total out, whatever that word was, the physical probably will drop. And like I said, it depends on like what
No, but
they're
I
looking
granted
for.
in totality.
Yeah, but it's like it depends what the guy is looking for as well. I mean,
Okay. All right. You're 26, better looking at 30. Will you be better looking at 36 than you are now at 26?
I absolutely plan on being that, and I have it.
sorry,
I said I absolutely plan on being that. Yeah.
Plan on being more physically
More
attractive
physically,
in
yeah. 10 years of extra training, 10 years of extra help, 10 years of understanding your style better, everything. I know I have a lot of friends that are almost 40 and they're
look
baddies.
Okay, hold on. So I'm already going to grant that women can absolutely be beautiful and attractive into their 30s and 40s
Yeah.
and beyond. It's not the question. It's a comparative thing. So
Oh, okay. Between now and 36. Yeah, definitely. As I said, because of those reasons, I think that I'll have an extra 10 years of training, extra 10 years of maintenance and looking after myself. So from 26 till now, 26 till 36, I would make the assumption that I would look better than what I do now. Absolutely.
okay, and then what about 46?
I think that it would start to decline a little bit the closer I got to 50.
But you would peak, so you'd be more attractive, physically attractive at 46 than you are now at 26.
No, I'd be more attractive at 36 and 26, and then more attractive at 26 and 46.
Wait, hold on.
Does that not make sense?
Wait. So
Yeah,
Look
that makes
best at
sense.
30.
wait, you'll be.
I think so. I think
hold on,
that's
hold
when you
on.
peak. Yeah.
You'll be more attractive at 36 than at
Yeah.
26.
Yeah.
But will you be more attractive at 46 than at 36?
Probably not. No, I think that you're like a woman, like generally, it can really peak like from that 32
Yeah.
to 40. Yeah.
So when do women peak? What age? What do
I
you
just
say?
said 32 to 40. I think is like a peak
So
for
36
women.
is the peak physical attractiveness of.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, and then going back to you, what do you think is the peak physical attractiveness age of women, if you had to say?
between the 30s and 40s.
Between 30s and
Yeah.
40s. What
Yeah,
about
same.
you? 30s and 40s. Okay. Going to you, you're 29. Do you think you'll be better looking at 39 than you are now?
Yes.
Into the mic, please.
Yes.
Okay. Will you be better looking at 49 than you are now?
Probably not. No, I'll start declining, like she said.
Okay. When do you think is the peak for physical beauty in women?
30s.
30s. Okay. And do you think you're more physically attractive now at 29 than you were at 19?
In some ways, but no other ways, no. Because I didn't do certain things.
What do you mean?
Like I just think that, like you said, like I didn't work out when I was younger, so I was chubbier.
When you were younger?
So things that I wanted to do.
Okay, so you're better looking now at 29 than you were at 19.
I just took care of myself more right now. I take
Right
care
now.
of myself now than I
Okay.
did when I was at 19.
All right. Going to you, 28, better looking at 38 or better looking now?
Better looking now.
And
Sad, but true.
were you better looking at 18 or better looking now?
I would say I'm better looking now for sure. I had an awkward phase. I think women peak usually in their mid 20s, like 23, 24, 25. I think usually that's the peak.
All right. What about you? You're 27.
Yeah. I definitely think I'd be more attractive now than in 10 years.
So you're more attractive now at 27 than you are at 37. Okay. All right. Going back to you really quick, you said that if you get work done, that you'll
No.
be better looking?
No. Like, just by process of time, I've been training for 10 years. Imagine when I'm in the gym for an extra 10 years, your physical fitness, how you look aesthetically, will be so much more better in 10 years than what it is now. So that's why
What about face? You can't really work out your face.
I think that would then come down to how you look after yourself. Are you like drinking plenty of water? Are you doing skincare? Are you staying out of the sun? What are you doing to mitigate like wrinkles? All of that. So you could have another extra 10 years of looking after yourself. As kind of what you alluded to, I feel like people in general go through like awkward phases. I kind of feel like your 20s is an awkward phase. And then when you get into your 30s, you kind of, know your style. You've been probably working out. You know what to eat. And so that's kind of my theory behind why I think at 36, I'd be better than 26.
So can I just briefly interject? I sent over, this is some new Andrew lore, the first ever dropped in a long time, and I'll drop it right here on the Whatever podcast. So via Discord, I sent over a picture of me at 19 when I was a model. You may not know this, but me, Andrew Wilson, I was a model. I was a hair model. Not kidding. Hang on. Not kidding. I was a model. At 19 years old, I was a hair model. Some actual lore for you. Now, I'm going to have Brian pull this up so you can see how fucking delusional you are. Andrew Wilson at 19 years old versus Andrew Wilson at 40 years old, so that you can see the difference.
Hey, some of us like
Send it
older-
over via
older men.
Discord, by the way.
You got it?
I think men look better when they're a little older.
Yeah,
I think
that's
so.
what I'm
We'll
thinking.
see.
Better
We'll
when they're
see.
older.
Like,
No,
I like older men.
do. I have a feeling that you look better now. I just have a feeling.
Just saying.
There's just something about
Well,
like
we'll
the
see.
time
We'll
This
see
is
what
my
she says
point.
in a
People have
second.
different tastes. I mean, it just is what it is. People
My
have
theory, though, comes from personal friends that I have that are almost 40, and I've seen photos of them at my age,
Yeah,
and
well,
I think they
am
look better
40,
now.
not almost 40. And we're about to show the pic, and then you can just see for
Is it
yourself.
okay, Nick?
Because I got to tell you, you guys are living off in Delulu fucking land.
Yeah,
if
but you
think
drink
that at
and smoke.
39 years old, you're going to be as good looking as you were at 22. That's insanity.
I just said, but you drink and smoke, so wouldn't you assume that you're more aged
Do you think
now?
that I always drink and
Delulu.
smoke?
Yes,
or what?
probably.
And by the way, do you think that men can't drink and smoke and still maintain their attractiveness level?
good.
Age comes for us all, sweetheart.
All right, let's see.
Regardless of whether you think it's not going to come for you or it's coming. It's coming. And guess what?
Oh, yeah, you look way better now.
The wall is undefeated.
That was so
Right.
quick.
That was so quick.
That was so
One more
quick. I
time.
didn't get a punch.
One more time.
Okay, are we
That's a
right?
great jawline.
Okay, am I tripping?
It is. It's a ripper
You did have a
jawline.
good hairline. I can see where you're going.
Oh, handsome
same
Andrew.
I have to say, though,
Handsome.
Andrew.
But I'm not even kidding. I think you look.
I like
Oh,
it.
he was so great. He looked so great. Yeah, because I wasn't fucking 40.
No,
No,
I'm-
no,
we're
we're
saying. No, Andrew, we're saying the opposite.
we all
You look
think
like-
you look better now. All
Yeah,
of us think
that whole
Giga Chad.
pale face.
Giga Chad.